Oh, it's our Friday guest. We'll get to him in a second. It's been a while. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. Two quick follow-ups here. I wanted to return to the binary of continuing a forever war that both Republican and Democrat administrations opposed, that the polling showed the majority of the country opposed, and then the withdrawal and the idea that, no matter what, that was going to be messy. Given the events of the past 2 weeks, does the president feel that U.S. military personnel were put in the best position to carry out their mission on the ground?
Well, I would say first that anything the U.S. military has asked for as they're working to implement this mission, they have been granted. And I think they would confirm that as well. And the president asked them that at the end of every meeting. I would also note something that was said yesterday at the Department of Defense briefing, which is that they know they are, and this is why the men and women of the military are so amazing and incredible. They know they are putting themselves in harm's way when they're working to implement missions like these. And they work to implement plans and put together plans that have force posture protection front and center. But when we're dealing with a real threat from ISIS-K, of course, events like yesterday unfortunately happen.
And then yesterday the president said that he made the assessment after talking to his military advisors that Bagram Air Force Base was not much of a value add. I'm curious because General Milley earlier in August said, quote, if we were to keep both Bagram and the embassy going, that would be a significant number of military forces that would have exceeded what we had, or stayed the same, or exceeded what we had. Was that decision about leaving that air base, was that because it wasn't a value add, or because it would have required, sending more troops over there?
Well, Bagram was an enormous base that required an enormous presence. It also made it, and also it has a significant different distance, I should say, from Kabul. Significant, I guess, is all relative, but is far away from Kabul. So it would have required quite a presence to protect, and it wasn't located in a place that would have been as effective in evacuating people who are located in Kabul.
Really quick one.
Yeah.
The president said yesterday, quote, we have greater threats coming out of other countries, a heck of a lot closer to the United States. Is there anything that you can tell us a little bit, like what countries he was referring to in particular, as opposed to Afghanistan? It's a bit of an alarming statement.
I think he was intending to convey what he's conveyed many times about the metastasizing threat from a range of terrorist organizations that have greater capacities around the world, and how we need to keep our eye focused on those as being one of the root reasons why he brought our men and women home. Go ahead.
Does the administration have any guarantee from the Taliban not to harm Americans who are left behind or choose to stay behind in Afghanistan after August 31st?
Well, that is certainly our expectation, yes. And we're working through. Go ahead.